As a pianist, I was always geared toward storytelling pieces and pieces that were descriptive. So when I discovered opera that put music with real storytelling and poetry, I thought, oh wow, this is really something I like.
That's Jorge Parodi, Opera in Williamsburg's music director. He's conducting a production of Donizetti's L'Elixir d'Amore, the Elixir of Love, this weekend. He says Elixir holds a special place in his heart.
It was my first show with Opera in Williamsburg back in 2012, doing Elixir at the Kimball. So it's really nice to, after the pandemic, we go back with Elixir to the Kimball. Such a fantastic place, has a beautiful sound. It's very warm, very inviting. It's wonderful for the audience to really be close to the singers and hear them because the sound is so great there. It's really ideal for us to be back there with this great, great, happy story.
A little bit about that story and plot. The Elixir of Love is set in a small village. Our protagonist, Nemorino, is in love with Adina. She's beautiful, wealthy, and out of his league. But a magic potion could change everything. Stage director Ben Spierman described the opera as the perfect prototype of the romantic comedy.
Donizetti does a marvelous job of inventing characters that are very clear and are profound, even in the context of what is essentially a comic story. He's not shortchanging depth for amusement. And then the other characters, Dr. Dulcamara, the snake oil salesman character, and Sergeant Belcore, the military character, they bring so much to it as spices to the relationship between Adina and Nemorino. It's a wonderful challenge to me, and it's such a happy, joyful, loving show, and I think we could all use that these days.
I asked both Ben and Jorge if they have a favorite moment in this production of The Elixir of Love. They both chose scenes from Act 1.
What I love about Elixir are the ensemble scenes, and especially the duets. I think, though, that the scene that I love the most is this long scene between Adina and Nemorino, where Nemorino is first experiencing the quote-unquote elixir of love and beginning to drink it, and in reality getting a little bit and then increasingly drunker. And Adina, who has known Nemorino to be very loving and kind and sweet, sometimes even deferential to her, suddenly experiences Nemorino being sort of cocky and finds this very disturbing, and the power struggle kind of ensues between the two of them in the way that I think we would really recognize from your typical romantic comedy. And it's that moment of friction between them that I find really interesting.
Jorge's favorite moment comes shortly after that duet, the dramatic Act 1 finale.
Suddenly, the table turns for Nemorino, and he thinks that Adina will marry Belcore that night before the effect of the magic potion will happen. He's really upset and really desperate. And while Adina is clearly feeling for him, yet still playing hard to get. And Belcore is totally dismissive of Nemorino, and the whole town is making fun of him while enjoying the party. It is really the turning point of the show, and it goes to this enormous climax and then stops, so we don't know exactly how it's going to develop after intermission, and that's my favorite moment.
The Elixir of Love, presented by Opera in Williamsburg, opens this weekend. You can see it Friday, September 10th and Sunday, September 12th at the Kimball Theater in Williamsburg. Find the full details about these performances online at operainwilliamsburg.org. For WHRO FM, I'm Rebecca Weinstein.